Hello all and welcome, and I'm the MGTOW Philosopher. And in the comments section of one of my videos, someone mentioned this video, this clip from this show that had Samantha the sex robot on it. And I watched it, and I knew I had to make a video on this. And so here you, of course, have the panel of ugly aging broads and a cuck man to add some kind of validity here. So you've got the giant ugly cunt who's clearly had plastic surgery if you look at her face, in the blue dress. She looks like a frost giant, so obviously she has no man. And, you know, she's got a drawer full of dildos and vibrators, but that's okay. And then you have the blonde chick over here with the nice tits and that hair way pushed out on the side of her face to shade and shadow her face so you don't see the crow's feet, and the fact that she's over 40 and that she's nothing more than window dressing, and she's getting old, and of course, you know, she hates this sex robot. And then you have the old cuck with white hair, who of course is going to essentially put it down, and they're all three going to try and shame this poor guy who is the co-creator and founder of the company that makes these sex dolls. So let's see what these ugly cunt hypocrites who have their drawers full of male prosthetics that are essentially the same things as this sex doll and the old cuck have to say.
Nothing new, so what makes her special?
Well, she's got AI. She's one of the first dolls with AI, so you can actually interact with her verbally and physically, so she's got sensors.
We've turned her off.
Of course you turned her off. You don't want the audience to see how realistic she is. You don't want the audience to see how good a sex doll this is. And by the way, it's a doll. It's not a robot. Robots are animatronic, so it's misleading for this thing to be called a robot. It's a doll, okay? But yeah, let's turn off the voice and any special features because we don't want to advertise this thing. We just brought this guy on to make him look like a crank, a kook, a nut.
Yes.
So that she doesn't come out with anything
inappropriate.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good idea.
Why is this necessary?
I just love it. I stopped it there real quick because I was wondering when she was going to stop at the whys, and I thought she had stopped, but she didn't stop. Why? I'm going to say 27 whys to essentially try to, really put emphasis on the fact that this is weird and outlandish and silly. But I have 20 dildos and vibrators at home in a drawer. Okay, honey.
Why is it necessary? Well, we believe, as a company, Synthesis, that the sex robots, it's not to replace people.
He has to say that. He has to say that to make it acceptable. Oh, no, we can't replace women. Women are too great. They're too special. There's no way you could replace a woman. No, they're irreplaceable because they got 3 holes. Well, you can't replace 3 holes. No way.
We're not trying to replace women.
Yeah, you are. I mean, I know you're not supposed to say that, but you are trying to replace women. Thank God you're trying to replace them. But, of course, he can't say that. He's got to do everything he can to try to make it socially acceptable so that the feminist harpies don't come out and try to influence lawmakers to pass laws to ban these things, which you know they're going to do anyway.
It's not about that.
Yes, it is about that.
As a supplement, like I explained in previous interviews, it's a supplement to help people, and I believe it can do that. I think it can help people enhance their relationship.
What does she do?
That's the worst explanation I've ever heard. It was a non-explanation, really. But, yeah, you know, he's just paying lip service.
She, like I say, you can talk to her, so you can interact, you can tell her you love her, she'll respond.
And she'll say this.
I love you too.
Now, wait a second. Why did they turn it off and then they're playing her speaking? You see, that's the interesting thing. So they want to make it look silly, so they don't want to show the actual sex doll talking. They just want to play recordings. How dishonest. Fake media, fake media.
And then she might go on to say...
Do you think we could get more sensual?
And then...
I can take many times much more love just because you can give it.
Oh, didn't I...
And I take it all.
She takes it all. I don't think they meant that to get in there. Hilarious. But they're trying to marginalize this guy and make him look like a freak. That's what they're trying to do, but it's not working. I like it.
Oh, then I didn't like to interrupt
you
her
mustn't
then,
interrupt.
but in full flow. I mean, it's a bit like making love to a car GPS, isn't it?
What are you talking about? A car GPS is this little fucking square plastic box that does it talks, but it doesn't have a vagina, a pussy, or an asshole, and it doesn't look like a woman, and it doesn't feel like a woman. What are you talking about, you cuck? You know, old man, that if you had this thing at home and your wife wasn't around, you would be trying it out. So spare me your shaming language.
No, I don't think so. Humans love human form. So, obviously, I think she's very beautiful. Would you agree she's beautiful?
No.
She's a doll. She's
Hilarious! Everybody says, no, she's not beautiful. And of course, you know they're lying. They just feel they hate it. They hate it. They're disgusted. So they feel required to say it's not. I think she's beautiful. She's hot. Look at those tits. Are you kidding me? She's fucking hot. I mean, I've seen more realistic sex dolls, to be honest. Ones that had more realistic looking faces and bodies. But she's pretty not bad looking. Now, the fact that these women, of course, say it's ugly, well, big surprise. They feel threatened by it because nothing can replace a woman. Meanwhile, you've got your drawer full of giant 8-inch, 9-inch cocks at home. I bet you think those are beautiful.
a doll. I mean, it's not. It's the thing is, you can't get away from the fact that she's not real. I mean, I know the one thing that's different about her also is her skin texture.
By the way, honey, I can get away from that fact just fine.
Yes, yes.
And this is something.
In fact, that's what appeals to me. She's not hag like you that's going to run her mouth and nag my ass.
That, I mean, we've all seen those blow-up dolls, which are very plasticky.
You're an idiot. That's not a blow-up doll, you dumb bitch. It doesn't look anything like a blow-up doll.
And very unrealistic. And she has special skin that's meant to feel like human skin to the touch.
Yeah, she has special skin that's meant to feel like human skin to the touch, so it's nothing like a blow-up doll. So why are you making these comparisons? Oh, you're trying to shame him. Fuck you, cunt.
How much you know about sex dolls, but
Not
if
much.
you look, not much.
Yeah, she knows very little. Oh, I bet she knows a lot about silicone cocks and rubber cocks and cocks in general and vibrators, but she just doesn't know about sex dolls.
Maybe not much. Okay, I'll explain. The vast majority of sex dolls either
Damn, did you see all the lines on that broad's face? By the way, did you see all the lines? I mean, you know she's already hit the wall and run past it.
come from the US or
Yeah.
China. In general, they're all one colour. So the texture, if you look at the texture on Samantha, you can see it's actually like real skin. It's not. It's ingrained with the different textures. It's not one plain colour, which all the other sex dolls on the market are.
Right.
When she was brought in this morning and Holly and I were introduced to her, I did actually touch her arm. This is me, I found it really quite unnerving that it...
You see, he's trying to act like he's really freaked out. This guy's putting in an act, okay? Look, he's acting. Like, he's trying to act like he's so freaked out by this thing and he touched it and it freaked him out. What a bunch of shit.
was quite a good feeling of skin,
He admits it felt good, like real skin.
but was cold.
Yeah.
She's like a corpse.
Oh, now every kind of pejorative and negative kind of comparison that they can come up with, they're gonna. It's like a corpse. It's like a corpse. No, I guarantee you it ain't like a corpse. Because corpses, you get that rigor, and they're like really hard, I think. And so it's like cordwood. This is nothing like that, you dummy.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Well, the reason that we don't heat her up, it can be done. It could be heated up, but she runs on a 12-volt battery pack, which obviously for heat, that's not enough. It needs to be a lot higher than that. So we're working on ways where she can be linked to a higher power source, and then she could be warm.
Now, but you're saying that females have sex aids, that they're using vibrators. It's now very accepted part of our society. And
Yeah, right. Oh, look at that face. She got about 2 inches of pancake makeup on there, and you can still see all the smile lines, frown lines. Oh, my God. No wonder she's threatened. And yeah, honey, we've got sex aids. We have vibrators. You have vibrators. We have nothing. We're not allowed to have anything. You're allowed to have all these fucking things that let you get away from men, but we can't have anything to let us get away from you, you crone.
Fit in the drawer.
they fit in the drawer. This is my point.
Oh, that's your point. Oh, so first of all, it's got unreal skin. It's cold. It's like a corpse. It's not beautiful. And now it doesn't fit in a drawer. Oh, so that's your real objection. That it doesn't fit in a drawer. It fits in a closet, though, doesn't it?
Where are you going to hide that? I mean, people that have children around. I mean,
Okay.
it would be quite frightening if a child found that in your wardrobe.
It's just a big doll. Who gives a shit? Kids found it in your wardrobe. You know, closets can lock, bitch.
I had 2 children myself, and they actually... Samantha has a family mode, which
no,
it's
don't.
impossible.
Oh, look at her. They're trying to shame him. Oh, no, don't. You can't have this around your kids. Yeah, it's just a giant Barbie doll, and the kids don't know a goddamn thing about you doing anything with it, nor would they think you did until they were like teenagers. But, geez, God forbid we actually normalize sex with prosthetics with kids. Meanwhile, she's got her drawer full of dildos that you know the kids have found on more than one occasion. And if she has a daughter, a teenage daughter, the daughter's probably filched the goddamn things and used them on herself. But oh no, we can't have something for ourselves. Men.
What, she's going to read the kids a bedtime story?
Oh, yeah, you sarcastic fuck. Fuck you, old man.
She can talk about animals, she can talk about philosophy, she can talk about science. She's got a program with 1,000 jokes, which is at random, so I don't know all of them. So there's a lot to Samantha. She's advanced.
And so you can switch her over to the family mode and have her sitting on the sofa amongst the family?
Yes, yes. My children, they say, where's Samantha? So she can be at home. You just ask her, for example, tell me something about animals, and she will.
At some point, they're going to know. I mean, how old are they? They're young.
5 and 3.
So
And they ask where she is?
Yes, yeah, they say. And when we brought her in the car, they really enjoy.
But at some point, they're going to go, I'm now old enough to realise that Samantha, Daddy has sex with Samantha.
So what, bitch? That's going to be when they're like 13 or 14. And by the way, we all know the kids go through their parents' drawers and go through their parents' rooms. What about mommy's vibrators? What about mommy's dildos, huh? What about those? Huh? Oh, gee, Daddy has sex. Yeah, no shit, he's a man. There's nothing traumatizing about that. Are you a psychiatrist, bitch? Are you a psychiatrist? No, you're just some dumb bitch with solipsism. You're going off your feelings to be your objective form of reality. You're a dummy.
And Samantha's not mummy.
What the what? The cocks in mommy's drawer aren't daddy's cocks. You have no point.
Is that not a bit strange?
No, I think the world's changing.
That's a bit strange to you, honey, because you don't want anything to replace your shriveled up old ass, you insecure cunt.
I believe the world's changing.
But it doesn't mean it's changing for the better, does it? And I mean, I think with AI particularly, one of the things that we're realising in psychology is that sometimes just because we can do something doesn't mean that we should do it. And
Who is this? Who is this old cunt that's speaking up? This gigantic 6'3" frost giant looking bitch. Who is she?
I think sex dolls are a perfect example because when you look at Japan, for example, and that is the place that we can kind of identify as being leaders in this field, they've created child sex dolls.
Who cares? Who cares? Child sex dolls are perfectly fine with me. If he's fucking a child sex doll, that means he's not fucking an actual child, you dummy. And she uses the word psychology to make it look like she's some kind of intelligent person that knows something about psychology. She's probably some fucking gender studies professor or some shit.
They've also created dolls that you can set to a particular setting which simulates an unwanted response. And actually what we're saying...
So what? They're dolls, bitch. They have no rights. They could do whatever the hell they want to them. Hang the fucking thing. What does it matter, bitch? You're just afraid it'll replace you and you'll lose the power of the pussy.
...is we're objectifying women, but we're...
Objectify? It's not a woman, bitch. It's a doll. What do you mean objectifying? It's an object, you dummy. What about... Bitch. What about your dildos at home? Aren't you objectifying men? It's a double standard. It's a 100% exact correlative comparison between a dildo and this doll. No motherfucking difference. You're objectifying a man. He's objectifying a woman. Get over it. You're in no way special or better than us, and you've been objectifying us forever with your fucking sex toys, but we're not allowed to do the same. Fuck you. Up the ass, you old bitch. You notice she's wearing fucking 12 inches of pancake makeup, and you can still see the frown lines on her fucking, and you can still see all them lines on her fucking forehead.
And that we're commercialising and becoming consumers of women's bodies in this way.
She's a gender studies professor. I knew it. Listen to her. Consumers of female bodies. You made a cake that looks like a woman, and if you eat the cake, you are symbolically eating a woman, and you are devouring her and showing your internalized misogyny. Oh my God. People pay you money to teach this garbage.
This is not real. She is not called Samantha. She's a piece of whatever you've made.
She is Samantha. That's what he named her. You don't like it. You feel threatened. You gigantic horse of a woman.
She's got voices that are simulated that aren't human. Certainly having your children around them
are they doing any
is
harm?
worrying.
Because
Yes.
Oh my God! They're trying to pawn this woman off as an expert. And by the way, I believe she's a gender studies professor. She's not an expert on anything. She's just somebody who learned a bunch of claptrap dogma about feminism, which isn't even a real thing. It's really just cultural Marxism, and they renamed it as feminism. So give me a fucking break that she's an expert on anything.
Because within your relationship with your wife,
Who's on the other side of the
who's
studio?
here, you incorporate her into your lovemaking. She's part of it.
Yes, I think it's... People
That's
might find it-
paraphilia, isn't it? We're talking paraphilia here. We're talking a particular sexual fetish. That's not actually what we consider normal spectrum.
Normal spectrum. What are you talking about, you dumb bitch? Perfectly normal, as long as whatever's going on between two consenting adults, you're just judgmental. What about your goddamn dildo? Huh? What about your goddamn dildo, honey? What about your vibrator? And it's perfectly fine because it doesn't have a male form attached to it. Give me a break.
What's normal
No,
exactly?
yeah, no, I disagree with that because I don't know, you know, if you're not harming anybody, if you're not doing anybody any harm.
Oh, the man. You see, Cuck Boy stepped out of line. Look at the look on her face. She's about to heave. She's pissed. How dare you, Cuck Boy, step out of line and disagree with two women, you motherfucker. And, of course, the guy having logic and reason. His logic and reason were just trying to boil to the surface. He was trying to be a good actor and be the woman man, but he couldn't help but interject with logic and reason. Yeah, not hurting anybody, you dumb bitch.
Where does normal start and end? Your wife is over there. We've had so many people on, Hannah, and when the guy is sat here, and my wife is absolutely, whether it's swinging or, you know, sort of whatever it is, and you look at the wife's face and you can see her thinking,
What do you mean swinging? That's with actual other women. That's just a prosthetic. It's just a sex aid. It's no different than a vibrator or a dildo. The only problem is that women feel like they're going to be replaced. They feel threatened. They know that the only power they have is their vaginas, and if they lose that power, they'll lose everything that they have in society. And believe me, women have so many free goodies that they have brainwashed all you dumb guys out there to believe that they don't have through power of the pussy, essentially pussy hypnosis, that they are afraid to lose it, so they have to attack this doll with a vengeance.
oh dear God, no. Are you happy with this?
Yes, I am.
Totally happy with
Yes.
having Samantha on your sofa with your kids around?
Yes, completely.
And why are you
Yeah, he's not having the kids have sex with you, dumb asshole.
comfortable with it as a woman?
You know, we as women, I'm not be offended to have her around.
Yeah.
Or I'm not being, like worried that she might be...
Replacing you?
yeah, no, not at all. She just someone there.
Look at the look on the frost giant's face. All puckered up and pert lips and the disapproving look on her face. She's looking at this guy like she could burn iron. She could burn through iron with that look. She's just so pissed off. Oh, no. People are trying to normalize this. I have to fight this with all my frost giant strength.
As a family member.
Why didn't you... is he going to make a bloke for you?
No, not at all. I'm not worried at all because I'm not replaceable by, Samantha.
Yeah.
She's actually helped us to enhance our relationship.
Oh, well, there you go. That's it for that. Yeah. So the wife is talking sense. Yeah. This fucking doll isn't going to run off with my husband. This doll isn't going to give him an STD. If I'm not in the mood, the doll is there. If I'm too tired, the doll is there. Just like if he's too tired, her vibrator is there and her dildo is there. So this is absurd. This is all nothing more than anti-male bias, a double standard, clear and simple, nothing more. Women can have their little prosthetics. They can have their dildos and vibrators, but we're not allowed to have anything to replace them. They have to keep their control of us. We have to stay slaves to the pussy. Total nonsense. Doll looks good to me. The bitches on the panel didn't like it because it threatens them. I think it's hilarious. Very soon, ladies, you're going to be without husbands, and I'm very sure that big, giant, frost giant cunt is already without a husband. I'm the MGTOW philosopher, and I give a thumbs up to Samantha, the sex doll. Take care.